If you've searched anything travel related in recent months, I'm sure you were simultaneously bombarded with a variety of travel influencers showing you their travel essentials, travel must-haves, what they have in their carry-on, what they pack, what they cannot leave the house without, while simultaneously ads and pop-ups from a company called Temu with very similar items but very different prices. So where should you spend your coin? That's what we're getting into today.
And your captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Feel free to move around the cabin.
Today, I've purchased 7 travel essentials that I have seen in multiple travel influencer suggestions from 2 different websites, Amazon and Temu. And we are going to compare 4 categories to decide where you should be spending your coin. The categories are price, quality, shipping, and return policy for each one of these websites. Let's get into it. So the first thing is this makeup bag. It is described as a large capacity makeup bag. Now, what I wanted and needed this bag for was that I needed a bag to keep my makeup a little bit more organized. So not just one big, huge bag that I have to dig through, but something that has smaller compartments to make things easier to find. So that's what drew my attention to this style of bag. Now, on the right is the Temu product and on the left is the Amazon product. Both came packaged very similar. Like I said, they have been opened, but both came in a kind of flattened style when it was delivered. Yeah, so kind of just like flat like this. They both were delivered like this. Let's start with the Temu product. So when you fluff it open and try to structure it the way it is supposed to be structured on the website and on the review videos, the Temu product doesn't have as much structure. It still feels a little flimsy. So the Temu product doesn't have as much structure, whereas the one from Amazon feels a little sturdier, like it gives you more of a solid square shape, if you can see the difference. So if that is something that is important to you, that it keeps its shape while it's in your suitcase, even the bottom, I guess that would be considered the bottom of the Amazon one, it falls flat, where this still feels kind of rounded from being smushed. Quality wise, just at first glance and holding it in your hand, this is definitely a better quality. I can tell that this is more of a replica or a dupe. Even though I've never heard of this company, it says Rose of No Man's Land on the Amazon one, while the Temu one says Rose of No Man's Lano. Not sure what either of these phrases mean. Rose of No Man's Land just sounds like an actual phrase, and this just sounds like it wanted to just do something that wasn't on this. You can look at the stitching at the top and see that the craftsmanship, while it's not great on the Amazon one, it's still a couple of notches better than the Temu one. I don't know if you can get a close look at what that looks like, but there's more stitching on the handle, whereas there's no stitching on the handle here, even though there's some stitching that's coming off. And let's look inside. So again, the Temu one loses its shape immediately. It just kind of falls flat. The Amazon one, you have to kind of open it up a little bit more to get it flat. But even when you go inside, well, even more so inside than the outside, the quality of the Amazon one is much better and would be, for me, what I ordered this product for. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So again, my reason for ordering this style of makeup bag is because I wanted to have separate compartments to, but as you can see, when you get a closer look to the Temu one, this isn't really a separate compartment. Like, it doesn't connect to anything. It has this flap in the middle, which is supposed to be two separate compartments, but if you have items on this side and items on that side, they're just going to roll all over each other, so you're still going to spend a significant amount of time digging through everything to find what you're looking for. Now, you do have these side compartments, a couple of compartments on the other side, as well as a zip in the middle. So that could help you stay organized a little bit more. But additionally, there is a big hole going into the actual cosmetic bag. So things will probably fall out, you know, roll around. It just doesn't seem like it will help you stay as organized as desired. Whereas with the Amazon bag, you can see that the flap actually separates the two compartments. So if you want to have your brushes on this side and your shadows or whatever on this side, you can do that. If you want to have your lip items, lipsticks in the middle, or eyeshadows on the side, like, it's just structured a little more quality to keep things separate. I still have a hold on the bottom, but because the center flap is actually sewn to the bottom of the bag, the holes aren't as big, and it doesn't seem like things will roll out as easily. Quality wise, the Amazon product is in the lead for sure. Again, in order to order this style bag, I would assume your specific need is to keep things a little bit more organized, not just digging through one big cosmetic bag for your brushes, for your palettes, whatever it is. You would have some sort of structure to kind of save a little bit of time. The Amazon product does that. But the price difference is also very significant. So the Amazon product is coming in at a whopping $22.99 for this bag. That is a pretty significant amount for a makeup bag. And although I do like the organization, I don't know that I love it that much, because the quality is good, but it doesn't feel like a $20+ makeup bag. It still feels a little cheap and flimsy. Not as cheap and flimsy as the Temu one, but again, the Temu one only costs $5.38. About a $15 difference we're talking about here. So it's up to you. I mean, like I said, if you want to sew the flap to the bottom, that could give you pretty much the same effect as the Amazon bag, but the structure is still not going to be as solid as the Amazon bag. So again, just depending on your needs, if you feel you want to spend an extra $15 for a bag that's structured slightly better, it's not a significant difference, but it is, the quality is noticeably better, this is what you would get. $5.38, $22.99. All right, so staying in the makeup category, next is a makeup brush travel case. Another item that I've just seen popping up everywhere, and I usually just put my makeup brushes in a Ziploc bag. That works fine for me, but I figured, you know what, having a cute little makeup brush case while you travel, what harm could it be? So I picked up two very similar style makeup brush cases from Temu and from Amazon. Now the Temu one pretty much just came packaged in a plastic sleeve. It didn't have a box, it didn't have any additional packaging, it was just a plastic sleeve, and I just pulled it out of the plastic sleeve. The Amazon one came in its own individual box. When you open it, has additional wrapping around it, and just immediately taking them out of the packaging, the Amazon one is a softer silicone, where the Temu one feels a little rubbery, almost like an eraser, like a very thin eraser. And this just feels like a softer, slicker silicone. I can't really describe it, but the texture is different. They look very similar. I don't know if if that gives you a better idea. This is the Temu one. This is the Amazon one. Very similar styles. You can see the coloring is a little different, but the size and shape are about the same. Now I'm going to get into what I prefer and why. So you can see right away the Temu one is a little flimsier. The Amazon one, it doesn't open when you are flopping it. That's important because if you have makeup brushes in here and there's no way to keep it closed, there's no closure, there's no clasp, it's going to, your makeup brushes are just going to end up rolling out. Like as soon as something pushes down on them, they're going to roll out. Now, of course, there is a resolve. You can put a rubber band or a hair tie around it and, you know, keep your makeup brushes intact. But again, if you have to do that, then it's not serving its function. You could just wrap a ponytail holder around your makeup brushes and not use this at all. Whereas the Amazon one has this little magnetic clasp that connects, you know, as soon as you let go of it. So it's going to add that extra security to the makeup brushes so they're not, you know, well, you know, I guess if you push down on it, it will open, but they won't just automatically roll out. Let me go ahead and put some makeup brushes in here to show you an example. All right, so here I have about 13 makeup brushes. Nothing extremely fancy. Most of them are on the smaller side, but if I were to pack and go on a trip, let's see if we could get all these makeup brushes in this case. So here are the makeup brushes in the Temu case. You can see what I mean by not having a closure. They just kind of come out, you know, depending on how your packing is. I guess you would have to pack them upright like this to make sure that your makeup brushes aren't rolling around, which is the point. You don't want your makeup brushes rolling around on a dirty surface or contaminated surface, and then you have to take time to clean them again, or, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose. Whereas the same demonstration in the Amazon one closes right away. The magnetic clasp is not even an extra step because as soon as you let it go, it closes right away, and it almost closes completely. So again, you could throw it in your purse, you could throw it in your tote bag, you can just move about a little more securely, knowing that your makeup brushes aren't going to be rolling around in the bottom of your bag. So again, definitely a noticeable increase in the quality here versus here. For the purpose that this item is supposed to serve, I don't know that this style or this design would serve that purpose. I'm not sure that that's super sanitary, especially if you're keeping your makeup brushes in here. Let's get into the price. So the Amazon product was originally priced at $19.99. $19.99 for a makeup brush holder. That's pretty steep. And while the quality is better than the Temu product, this one was only $3.14. So Temu, $3.14, not an amazing quality. Amazon, $19.99, better quality, but is it $17 better? I don't think so. Now keep in mind, a lot of these items that I purchased from Amazon have been marked down. I don't know if it's an algorithm thing or a database thing, but once I purchased these items from Temu, because I made my order from Temu first, because I know Amazon has 2-day shipping, but we're going to get into the shipping later. When I went back to my Amazon cart, a lot of the items had been marked down. So this was originally $19.99, and then it was marked down to $11.89, I believe. But even at $11.89, we're talking a $7 difference. So this one being $3.14, you could buy 2 or 3 of these for the cost of one of these. All right, next is an item that I for sure thought was going to be super similar with not many differences, but I was surprised to see that there were quite a few differences that may or may not matter to you as a consumer. So let's get into it. So let's start with the packaging. This is a peel box, so something that you can put your supplements, your medication. Instead of carrying multiple peel bottles, you can just condense it down to one of these. The Temu one just came in a plastic bag. Very simple. Amazon came in a box, very cute box. When you open it, it has a plastic bag similar to the Temu one. Has a thank you card with a motivational quote. I thought that was cute. All right, so these items look almost identical. Just pulling them out the case, the quality feels about the same. The plastic, both very hard. The clasp, very sturdy on both. The way it's structured, it's pretty identical. I would say the only thing that looks like an obvious difference is the color. The one from Temu is slightly darker, like a shade darker, which I prefer, but I don't know that it matters. When you open it, it looks exactly the same. The only difference is in the Amazon one, you get these little stickers, these little labels that you can either put by number or days of the week. If you take medication every day, that could be helpful so you don't forget. Labels are just helpful in general, and they also have these blank labels if you want to use these. But again, this is not a must-have. You can find 100 different ways to label your medication. But again, just going the extra mile with the product from Amazon. None of this came with the Temu. The Amazon one also came with this little opener. It looks almost like a guitar pick, but not something that's super necessary, but it could be helpful if you have nails. You could just easily open the container without cracking a nail. So again, the Amazon one, extra labels, an opener, a thank you card with a motivational quote, and a cute little box that you're probably going to throw away anyways. The Temu one, just the peel container and a plastic bag. The Amazon one was originally $9.99. It was since marked down to $6.97. The Temu one is $2.08. So again, you have to decide what is more important to you. These two, I would say, are the exact same product. If you somehow lost this one and somebody replaced it with this one, you would not know the difference. The quality here is, there's no difference, but there's a significant difference in the price. So again, $2.08 versus almost $10. You could buy 5 from Temu for the cost of 1 from Amazon. The choice is yours. Next, let's get into the underwear organizer. This is also another suggestion that was recommended by an influencer, and I was like, you know what, that seems like it could be handy. Obviously everybody uses packing cubes. If you're an avid traveler, I'm sure you have your favorite packing cubes, but packing cubes rarely come with a cube specifically designated for underwear. So I like the idea of this. It is an underwear organizer, and I'll show you what it looks like, but I couldn't find the exact same color, but as you can see, it looks like the exact same product. Like, you really can't even see the difference. The only difference, this one says happy family, and this one just says travel. So let's open them up. Okay, so immediately taking them out of the package, I'm not noticing anything obvious in the difference of the quality. I will say they feel different, but I can't say one feels better than the other. I can't really describe how they feel different, but they do feel different. But the quality looks exactly the same. The only thing I'm seeing now that I'm looking closer is on the inside, the elastic on the Amazon one looks a little more sturdy. This elastic on the Temu one looks slightly stretched out, if you can see what I'm referring to. So it's a little stretched out, nothing insane, but just a noticeable difference. You still have the purpose of these, again, like I said, it's an underwear organizer, so you are supposed to roll your undies and put them in each one of these pockets. So if you're going away for 4 days, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 pair of underwear, or you could double up. You can put your feminine hygiene products in here, and then your bras. This is deep enough for your bras, for multiple bras. So I did like that because, like I said, I usually just use one of the smaller packing cubes. It just gets confusing. So I like this. Seems a lot more organized, and it keeps things separate. So again, not noticing a difference here. Nothing that would say, oh, one is clearly in the lead. Even the zippers, there's this little emblem on the zippers. That's even similar. Both have a handle in the back. Yeah, exact same product to the untrained eye. I'm looking very closely and I'm not noticing a difference. The only difference I noticed was that elastic on the inside. What's the price? Let's see. So the Amazon one comes in at $9.99. The Temu, $2.98. So again, almost 10 bucks, almost $3. You could buy 3 from Temu for the cost of 1 from Amazon. Next, I ordered a couple of electronic organizers. Again, if you are a content person, a photo person, when you travel, you want to make sure your electronics are as organized as possible. Your memory cards, your batteries, your chargers, all of that. And you may not want to be digging through your suitcase for all of these items. So an electronic organizer can help you to grab what you need quickly and be on your way out the door. This is what they look like, still in the pack. Identical styles, as you can see. Even the pictures on the back are identical. So let's open them up and see what differences we can spot. Right away, the Temu one, as soon as I opened the plastic, you get right to the container. The Amazon one, I opened the exterior plastic. There's more plastic covering it, and it looks like a little thank you card. So let's open this secondary packaging. Open the secondary packaging, and it's a 3rd layer of plastic to open. All right, so after opening 3 different plastic bags, we get to the product. It has a little thank you card. Let's open this. Oh, multiple thank you cards. Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess they're assuming that this is a gift because they give you a holiday card, a best wishes to you, best dad ever, Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day, and best mom ever, and a best friend card. So if you're buying this as a gift and you needed a card to go with it, you get all these extra cards. But I'm not buying it as a gift, so I don't know what I would do with those extra cards. So immediately, quality, both very good quality. I don't know if the one from Amazon feels a little bit more crumpled because of how much plastic was on it, but just immediately taking it out the bag, this feels a little more crumpled. But you can still tell it's not a flimsy quality. It's like both are very good quality. So we open it up. We have these dividers that are adjustable. That is one of the things that I liked about this product, which got my attention. You can set it up whichever way works for your size electronics. Same over here. So noticing the dividers, the Temu ones actually seem thicker and sturdier. So this is the Amazon one. You can see how thin that is, whereas the Temu one is slightly thicker, but not too thick that you can't adjust it in a way that works for you. So everything else looks identical to me. Like I can't see a difference that's noticeable. The only thing that jumps out is the divider the bag itself seemed a little more crumpled. That could have been the packaging, and the dividers are thinner. I think when you're talking about electronics, your camera, your lenses, you want something with a little more cushion. Again, if you're putting it in a suitcase or if you're carrying it around, you don't want it bumping around. The Temu one seems to have that extra cushioning, that extra softness, which I would be in favor of. So for this round, I would be in favor of the Temu container, but again, it just depends on what your needs are. But everything else, I'm not noticing a difference quality-wise. The price, the Amazon electronics organizer was $16.99, $16.99. The Temu, $3.98. So you could round up to $4. So again, $4 versus $16.99. You could buy 4 of these for the price of 1 of these. And if you're paying more, you want to know that you're getting, oh, I'm noticing a difference. This little picture here is just a picture of electronics, so it doesn't really make a difference. But this one doesn't look like it's sewn on. It looks like it is imprinted somehow into the fabric, if that makes sense. This obviously looks like it was sewn on here, like a heat application. It still feels very plastic and rubbery, so I feel like over time this would rub off. I don't feel like this one would rub off. So that's the difference that I noticed just at the last minute. But again, this one feels like the better option, and it is 1/4 of the price from Amazon. So something to be mindful of. So next we have another electronics bag. I have 2 electronic bags because I like to have my electronics on the plane. I like to keep one in my carry-on, my cell phone, my smaller camera, all of that. And then I like to have my larger items in my check bag. And now that I'm looking closer at these don't even look like the same product. So this may not be a good comparison, but we'll get into it nonetheless. So this is what they look like right out of the bag. You can see they're not really the same product, but it's as close as I can get. Some of these things I couldn't find the exact product, but you can see the Temu one is a lot smaller, a lot thinner. The Amazon one is a lot larger. So this might be good for couples or family. Individual, I just like smaller, easier, more compact things. Okay, so yeah, very different. This would be a smaller version of this. So this would be an upgraded version. So again, you have your separate compartments. You have compartments for chargers, for memory cards, and for larger electronics. But this, like I said, just kind of is easy and simple to throw in your personal item or your carry-on. This one has separate compartments as well, but it also has a lot more compartments. So if you want to bring that extra power bank or battery pack, you have space for that, as well as chargers, memory cards. And it also has these cords that you can keep your chargers organized. So if you have several chargers, you can just wrap them around here. It's not like it would be an extra step, but I wouldn't use those. But since these aren't that similar, you know, I wouldn't give, because these would just fit different needs, and it just really would depend on your needs. But I'll give you the price in case. Amazon one that is larger, I will give it that. Quality is the same. Like when just rubbing your hands on them, it feels like it's the same bag. Design, zipper, even the zipper holders are very similar design. So all of that is very similar, but they're just different size electronics organizer. It didn't appear that way in the picture because they only showed this side, but they are different sizes. This one is obviously smaller. Amazon comes in at $9.99. Temu comes in at $2.98. So this is a $3 bag. It still seems like a great bargain for what you get. This is a $9 bag, and it seems like a $9 bag. So I'm not upset at all at the price of this. It does do a little bit more than this one would do, and I don't think it's price absurd. Basically, if this one is $3 or $4, I would expect this one to be $8 or $9. So considering that it's bigger, it offers more, that seems like a fair price. Next is the item that was the main reason I started this haul to begin with. It is a jewelry organizer, and this is something that I've been on the hunt for a while now. The past couple of trips that I've gone on, I keep losing my jewelry. I keep losing my jewelry bag. I know some of the girls prefer the little jewelry boxes that are supposed to be travel friendly. Those are too bulky for me, and it's when I need to pack like extra things, when the packing is tight, those are one of the items that tend to get in the way. But when I size down and just use like a little envelope, I always misplace it. So I really was curious about this jewelry organizer. So let's see which gives you the best quality for your money. You can see the Temu one came right out of the plastic. There was nothing additional to it. The Amazon one, it's in the plastic. Let me leave this out of the way. And then it has some tissue paper wrapped around it, which can be helpful, you know, give that extra protection. Although the material is a vinyl material, so I'm not sure what it is protecting. See, straight out of the package, they look almost identical. Similar, what does the wording say? Both say P Travel Designs. The wording seems very well put on there. It's not rubbing off in any way. They both feel very similar. The stitching looks identical. These look like identical products. I'm even looking at the inside of the clasp, and it's identical. They're like everything, the numbers on it. So this is the exact same product. This is an identical product. There is no difference in what you're getting. Like the zippers, everything is exactly the same. I'm not seeing a difference. This is the exact same product through and through. Let's go to the price. So this is the exact same product. This was what I intended to order. No disappointments from either Temu or Amazon. The Amazon one is $11.79. The Temu one is $5.08. So double the price for the exact same thing. Now this is one of the ones that I could not tell you a difference if I tried. If somebody switched these behind my back, I wouldn't know which one was from Amazon and which one was from Temu. Okay, so that brings us to our conclusion. So out of the 6 travel essential products that we reviewed from both Amazon and Temu, only one, in my opinion, had a glaring difference in quality, and that is the makeup organizer. The Amazon one for sure would be a better fit for my needs than the Temu one. I'm sure you could make the Temu one work, but you would have to do your own little stitching and like creative approach to it. Next runner up would be the makeup brush holder. The Amazon one was a noticeably better quality and structured and designed a little bit more functionally than the Temu one. And it seemed flimsy. It was picking up all kind of dust and debris on various surfaces, and it just didn't seem to serve the purpose of what you would purchase this item for. So I would give these two the win in terms of quality from Amazon, and the other 4 products, the electronics organizer, the jewelry traveling case, the underwear organizer, the other electronic organizer, and the peel case. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Temu, the quality is the exact same, if not a little better. So I would give Temu the win. So the grand total for both orders, all these items that I ordered from Amazon, the grand total came to $100.59. All these items that I ordered from Temu, the exact same items for the most part, the grand total came to $26.02. So almost 4 times the amount. You're going to spend almost 4 times the amount for very similar items from Amazon. So while there is a major difference in the price, you also want to keep in mind with Amazon, you are paying for that expedited shipping, especially if you are a Prime member. My Temu order came with free shipping, but it took almost 2 full weeks for the order to arrive, and they give you a 3-week period to get your order to you. So they notify you right away that it will probably take longer than we are used to waiting for online orders. And if you do not hear from them within like a week and a half, they usually send you a follow-up email and let you know that it's going to take even longer. So it took 12 days for my order to arrive from Temu, 4 days for my items to arrive from Amazon. My suggestion would be, if you know that you're going to be traveling in the next few months, I would hop on over to Temu now and place an order, and that will give you some time to get your order, decide if it works for you, or return it if you don't want it, and you still have plenty of time to order from Amazon, because it rarely takes more than 2 or 3 days to get an order from Amazon. But I would start with Temu, because why not save money if you can? With Amazon, if you are short on time, if you're traveling within the next week or so and you don't really have time to wait for an order, then go ahead and order these items from Amazon. They are good quality. You're just know you're going to be paying more. In addition to the difference in the shipping time, you also might want to be mindful of the shipping style. My Amazon order, even though these are 7 very small items, came in 3 different boxes and 2 different envelopes. So 3 fairly large boxes and 2 envelopes for 7 pretty small items. My entire Temu order was in this one bag. I don't know how they fit it all in there, but they fit everything in this bag. My assumption is if you are shopping on either of these websites regularly, you probably are not doing it to help the environment. I'm sure both of these websites having a pretty large carbon footprint, but your entire order coming one time in one bag is what you get from Temu. Amazon, you'll get different deliveries on different days, in different boxes and packages, and by the time everything arrives, you don't know if you've gotten your entire order or not. But these are just, some of the things you want to be mindful of. Lastly, another thing you want to keep in mind is the return policy. Amazon has a very good return policy. You have 30 days to decide if you want to keep an item or return it. And they give you a lot of different options to return your package back to Amazon, and even options of how you want the credit or the refund applied to your account. Whereas Temu, you have a 90-day return policy. They do specify that the items need to be in a new unused condition and packaged exactly the way it was packaged when it gets to you. And I don't know how quickly it takes to see that refund. The only 2 things that I would return to Temu would be the makeup organizer and the makeup brush holder. But again, that would be less than $10 total to return. So I don't even know if it's worth it, because I'm not 100% sure if I pay for shipping or if Temu pays for shipping on the returns. I'll let you know if I get an update on that. But this is actually my first time ordering from Temu, so I'm not that familiar with their return policy. But it does say on the website you have up to 90 days, and it does specify that it needs to be that the items need to be unused. With that information, hopefully as you prepare for your next travel, your next trip, and you are thinking about how you want to make your packing more efficient, hopefully you can decide which of these sites work better for you. If you like this content and you're interested in more content on travel related tips, please subscribe and comment below on which site you would likely order from.